Getting started and selecting the right pigeons. Pigeon racing is a complex and nuanced sport that requires dedication, patience, and an appreciation for the finer details of pigeon breeding, training, and care. While a beginner's guide may provide a broad overview, to truly excel as a pigeon racer you must delve deeply into the subtle intricacies and methodologies that top fanciers have refined over decades. This advanced guide assumes foundational knowledge of the sport and aims to provide sophisticated insights into selecting champion racing pigeons, establishing a top-tier loft, implementing cutting-edge training techniques, and analyzing performance statistics to gain a competitive edge. We will explore genetics, breeding programs, nutrition, avian health, race strategies, and more using precise industry lingo that conveys the complexity of this prestigious pastime. Let us begin our in-depth examination into the world of professional pigeon racing. Selecting racing pigeons. Simply acquiring a few pigeons is not sufficient for aspiring racers. You must critically assess pedigree, conformation, and ancestry to select elite pigeons with an innate propensity for orienteering and speed. Target proven winners that originate from esteemed bloodlines known for producing record-setting race times generation after generation. Analyze the race results across variable distances for the individual flyer as well as its direct siblings, parents, grandparents, and cousins. Give preference to pigeons that consistently achieve top rankings and exhibit the stamina necessary for long-distance events. Carefully evaluate muscle tone, feather quality, body size and angle of the keel to identify sound physical structure. Opt for a larger eye sign and enviably smooth backline. Consider health factors such as respiratory efficiency and immunocompetence that contribute to the pigeon's athletic capabilities. Be willing to invest in a premium specimen that has the highest probability of victory. Avoid inferior stock plagued by lackluster race records. Breeding methodology. Meticulously plan pairings to maximize positive genetic traits and minimize deficiencies. Study pedigrees to determine optimal crosses. Target line breeding, outcrossing, or hybrid pairings to intensify key attributes such as homing ability, endurance, and determination to return expediently. Regularly integrate new foundation breeders from established racing stock to invigorate the gene pool and avoid stagnation that can occur from excessive inbreeding. Incorporate genotypes proven to succeed at a preferred distance, whether that be 100 miles, 300 miles, or 500+ mile marathon races. Maintain detailed records of each mating, egg lay date, hatch date, band number, and eventual race results. Be willing to cull underperforming fledglings that do not display the racing aptitude of their superior parents. Prevent the best breeders from being lost to natural predation during racing by pairing them exclusively within the loft rather than risking them in competitions. Only race pigeons from surplus progeny that demonstrate the skill but are not vital to future breeding plans. Loft design and management. Site and construct the loft with optimal space, ventilation, hygiene, security, and ease of access whether performing daily care routines, training flights, or trapping back in from races. Include essential elements such as breeding cages, nest boxes, perches, landing boards, aviary, feed storage, and adequate room for the pigeons to flap wings. Maintain meticulous cleanliness and dry bedding to prevent disease outbreaks. Establish a well-planned quarantine area for new arrivals and sick birds separated from the main loft. Install traps on each end to teach pigeons to enter and exit appropriately. Equip with lights, heaters, and circulation fans to maintain a comfortable temperature year-round. Locate the loft with easy access to training routes and visibility of the surroundings to avoid disorienting the pigeons upon return from races. Restrict entry to the loft and secure against theft, predators, or sabotage from competitors. Retain skilled loft managers if unable to perform daily tasks personally. Invest in premier lofts with champion pigeons managed by professionals to gain an elite edge. Nutrition and health. Provide top-quality nutrition through scientifically formulated racing mixes with optimal protein and carbohydrate ratios for energy and muscle development. Feed younger pigeons a diet higher in fat and protein to support growth, then transition to a racing mix with more carbohydrates. Provide dietary supplements such as vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, oils, and probiotics to boost health. Ensure grit is always available to aid digestion. Provide fresh water and periodically clean feeders and waterers. Closely monitor body condition and appetite and make dietary adjustments accordingly. Immunize against paramyxovirus annually and inoculate for Salmonella and paratyphoid as warranted. Administer vaccines at least 4 weeks prior to race season. Follow an aggressive medication and prevention program to protect against common illnesses like canker, coccidiosis, and respiratory infections. Maintain meticulous records of medical treatments administered. Promptly isolate and treat any birds showing signs of sickness. Retain an avian veterinarian knowledgeable in pigeon care for expert health guidance. Training and handling. Begin training as young as 4 weeks old, taking the pigeons on short group tosses to teach critical homing skills. Progress gradually to longer distances up to 100 miles for sprint races and even further for endurance flyers. Band each pigeon with a unique ID number and electronic timing chip for race clocking. Trap train the pigeons to immediately enter the loft upon return. Handle them frequently and calmly to prevent spooking. Transport pigeons to race liberation points in well-ventilated and climate-controlled crates to reduce stress. Follow a strategic feeding program both before and after races. Release hens and cocks on alternate weekends to avoid breakouts. Employ widowhood training techniques as race season approaches by isolating males from females to intensify their motivation to expeditiously return. Observe training flights and race returns to identify any gaps in training. Retrain stragglers or pigeons that trap slowly post-race. Avoid frightening pigeons as it can compromise their orientation and navigational abilities long-term. Analyzing race factors and statistics. Analyze performance across multiple angles such as race placement, return speed, efficiency flying a straight line, and regularity of rankings across distance, gender, age group, etc. Review historical weather data including temperature, precipitation, wind speed/direction and correlate with race day performance to identify optimal conditions for each pigeon. Consider the impact of differing liberation sites and terrain. Account for number of competing lofts and total pigeon entries in large convention races versus smaller club events. Normalize placement based on competition size when comparing race results. Closely monitor timing to identify late returns that may indicate issues like poor endurance or navigation deficiencies. Notice patterns such as a pigeon consistently achieving top 10 percentile but never winning a race, which may indicate a lack of that final competitive drive. Maintain detailed records in a spreadsheet or database and compute key performance metrics such as average speed, time elapsed, birds beat, and consistency across changing factors. Analyze data computationally to predict future race potential and make informed breeding selections. Conclusion. While this advanced overview provides key insights into the methodical approaches that enable pigeon racing success, nothing can replace the knowledge gained from hands-on mentoring and experience. Seek out veteran fanciers in your local club willing to offer advice and mentorship. Invest significant time studying pedigrees, observing champion lofts, and learning the subtle intricacies which distinguish elite pigeon racers. Attend seminars, read books, review scientific literature, and continually expand your expertise over decades. With meticulous breeding, rigorous training, strategic analysis, and pure passion, you have the opportunity to establish a premier racing stud of champions. Now equipped with expert knowledge, embrace the rewarding journey ahead in the fascinating world of pigeon racing.